Hi friends, welcome back. Today we're here to watch the season 1 finale of Angel. Very excited. The sun is out, the birds are chirping. That is actually a complete lie. I'm a terrible liar. It's like raining so much right now in LA, which means there has to be an apocalypse coming, which means this has to be the episode. Like it feels like the perfect mood for this because I feel like this episode's about to have so much like shit going down, like apocalypse style, and the fact that it's raining in LA just, it makes it so much more perfect. It's called To Shanshu in LA. I do think that this might have something to do with what we were setting up in the previous episode in regards to that scroll and some sort of prophecy. I'm hoping that they're gonna do something like Prophecy Girl style, just because I have mentioned that as my favorite finale from the ones that I've seen, and I feel like it could just be really interesting. And I sort of remember Angel being a lot about prophecies and stuff, more than big bads, right? But I do think we're gonna see a lot of Wolfram and Hart. I think we're gonna see Gunn again. I think we have to see Kate, otherwise I will be rioting. I want to take a brief, second to say thank you guys so much for sticking around with me for a whole season of Angel. It's very exciting to actually be able to finish a whole season of this show in an order that actually makes sense. I'm appreciating it so much more than I did when I originally watched, which honestly makes perfect sense. But yeah, it's just been a really fun experience, and I really appreciate everybody who has watched it with me, made this possible. I'm really happy that we're about to finish season 1 and head into a whole new season and like lifestyle of Angel, because now they have established their show, they know what they're doing, and so I'm really excited to see where they're gonna go in season 2. So yeah, we should head into the episode, see what's gonna happen. Let's do it! Thank you all so much for watching, as always.
This word is pivotal to what it prophesies about the vampire with a soul.
Well, hurry up and figure out what it says about Angel, because I want to know what it says about me. If there's torrid romance in my future.
Oh no, what's coming? Oh no. That's not pretty. That's...
What? A little late for visitors.
I'm so scared.
Mr. Navick?
David?
Oh.
Heart in my throat. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
Oh, what the hell? That is creepy. Oh, fuck. That's just bad.
Welcome to Wolfram and Hart.
I love that they do it right in front of the building. Like, there's no need for secrecy. They're just doing the sketchy shit that they're doing, and that's like that.
We're waiting.
Death.
But you said it was all about the vampire with a soul. Angel's going to die?
Oh, anything else?
I'm confused.
Sure, that well.
And I could be way off the mark, so no reason to be concerned. So it's good you're not concerned.
The raising cannot be performed without the scroll.
We understand that.
Oh no,
It was my
raising?
mistake. I'll rectify it.
You will do nothing. I will retrieve the scroll myself.
She listens for the nut calls on her scanner.
Sure she doesn't pick up the radio waves on her brain chip?
Good to know you still exist, miss.
I can handle it fine. And I don't care about most people or what they think of me. What I do care about is ridding this city of your kind.
Oh no.
My kind.
Your kind. The kind that killed my father. Did you think I would just forget about that? I don't forget anything.
They're like very late to this discussion that should have happened so many episodes ago, but I'm glad it's finally happening.
Angel's cut off. Death doesn't bother him because there's nothing in life he wants. What connects us to life is a simple truth that we're part of it. We live, we grow, we change. But Angel...
Can't do any of those things. What are you saying, Wesley? That Angel has nothing to look forward to? That he's going to go on forever the same in the world, but always cut off from it?
Yes.
Oh, but that's
That
so
sucks.
sad.
We've got to do something. We've got to help him.
I'm not sure we can. We were just discussing how you don't want that many things.
You're cut off from life. But don't worry, I'm going to help you with that.
Oh, good.
We'll start small, keep it simple. How would you like a puppy? Right.
How dare you enter this sacred space?
Who do you
This
think
reminds
you
me
are?
too
You
much
do
if
not
I will
appreciate
remember
being
you.
summoned by a lower being.
He knows no better than to come here on a whim.
I am not here on a whim.
We do
Oh,
not
what the
counsel your
fuck?
kind. The powers of darkness are not allowed to cross this threshold.
Yes, I know.
Did he? Don't do that to the oracles. What have they done to hurt you?
Bye.
Oh God. Oh. What the fuck? Okay, oh my God. That's so much pain for her to be yelling. Oh, Angel, please tell me your cabinet is like really strong. Oh. Not at all. Okay. Okay.
The doctor's with her. He'll just have a seat over there.
Oh my God, she's still feeling it? Oh my God, what the fuck?
Are you family?
Yes.
They brought her in a few hours. I'm not sure.
Oh my God. What the fuck? Was Wesley inside? Oh.
Wesley.
You're not going anywhere.
You want to try and stop me, Kate?
I'm glad we're not playing friends anymore. And I'm real sick and tired of your attitude. There's a thing called the law.
This isn't about the law. This is about a little thing called life. Now, I'm sorry about your father, but I didn't kill your father, and I'm sick and tired of you blaming me for everything you can't handle. You want to be enemies? Try me.
Oh my God! Is this like... Is she actually gonna become his enemy? Oh no, both Wes and Cordy at the hospital? This is a nightmare. I hate this. I hate this. And Angel's supposed to die? Fuck no. This is horrible. Look at her face. The restraints. Oh, this is painful.
Cordelia. I'm gonna fix this. I promise. I'm gonna get you back. I need you back.
I come before the oracles for guidance and direction. I beseech
Oh,
access
sweetie.
to the knowing ones.
Oh.
You're doing God's work here. If God was a busboy, he'd look just like you, Jesus.
Oh, hello.
Toss it up, brother. All right. Get that right. Yo, heads up.
I'm so happy he's turning a gun. That's so sweet.
Put him down. I know this fool.
That which is above shall tremble, for that which is below shall arise. And the world shall know the beast, and the beast shall know the world.
I don't want to know the beast.
Remember when Robert Price let the senior partners down and they made him eat his liver? I don't know what made me think of that.
5 are without soul.
Yet they live.
They haven't even gotten to the Latin yet.
5 are without sun.
Yet they live.
Oh!
Lindsay.
Say it! Yet they live.
Lindsay!
Get the movers in here.
Yes, sir.
Oh no. What the hell? Oh, that was cool. Yeah.
Nice.
That's disgusting.
You put your faith in Wolfram and Hart.
You said I had to make a choice.
And you did.
Yeah, I had a crisis. And I want to thank you for your help with that, but I'm seeing things more clearly now.
You don't see anything. You don't know what faith is.
I see that what happened here tonight was foretold. That doesn't bode well for you. I see that you're either the one with the power or you're powerless.
Uh-huh. You see what I'm gonna do to you if you don't give me that scroll?
That we sever all your connections. Well...
Oh my god!
Don't believe everything you're foretold. Hey.
Oh, don't cry, Cordy.
Welcome back.
I'll get Dr. Evans.
We have to help them.
We will. We will.
Oh man.
You need to relax and recharge the brain cells. Here, eat. You too. Don't be embarrassed. We're family.
Oh.
Oops. I may have made a tiny mistake. The word Shanshu that I said meant you were going to die. Actually, I think it means you're going to live.
Okay, as tiny mistakes go. That's not one.
It's saying that you get to live until you die. It's saying you become human.
Oi?
That's the prophecy?
The vampire with a soul, once he fulfills his destiny, will, Shanshu, become human.
What?
It's his reward.
Wow.
Reward?
Little human.
That'd be nice.
Oh my god! What
This is a big deal.
Oh my god!
I guess it is.
This is what he needed. This is the...
I hook up with the only person in history who ever came to LA to get older.
He looks so happy! Oh. I didn't think we were gonna be talking about that right now. Is that a person?
We're all very pleased you're here. I know it's a bit confusing, but it's gonna be better soon. A lot better. Darla.
my god. Oh 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 my fucking god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Listen. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is gonna be so cool. Oh my god, is Darla gonna be the season 2 big bad? Are they gonna make her into a big bad? Has she changed? How did that? Oh my god. I'm actually so excited right now. I would like to give a fair warning and say that the discussion from this episode is going to be a little bit more spoilery than usual, so if you have not seen Angel in its entirety, I would stay away from the discussion. Oh my god, I knew she was gonna have to come back eventually, but like, I had sort of given up hope, and at this point I was like, I don't know, like, oh my god, but there she is. Oh my god. Okay, this is gonna be so interesting. It's gonna be so interesting. What do they want from her? Oh my god, she's back. She's finally back. Oh, this is amazing. This is amazing. This is amazing. I'm so excited. I love it. I love it. I love it. Oh my god, that ending. I'm gonna try and come up with some notes and be right back, but I just wanted to say I'm so happy about this Darla thing. This is going to be awesome. I've missed her. She's such a great character, and I can't believe that we're actually gonna have her back, and this was actually the perfect moment for it. I never knew how they were going to bring her back or how they were going to fit it into this storyline, if it was going to make sense chronologically, but yes, I can get under this, over this, under this. I don't know. I'm excited. Yes, I agree with it. There were so many like twists and turns, and I guess just because it is the finale and you don't know what things they're keeping for season 2 or what things they're trying to deal with now, I feel like my entire brain was just trying to catch up the entire time. I assumed this prophecy thing was going to be like fulfilled in this episode, but it seems like it's something so much bigger than that. And I'm in shock about this whole story. And I feel like I have to talk about my Angel knowledge just because I don't remember Angel ever becoming human. I don't think that is how the show ended, but to be perfectly honest, I don't remember Angel in the end of Angel. Nope. I can't remember how his character arc ends. And so I definitely don't think he becomes human of the seasons that I have seen, because I feel like maybe I would have remembered that. So I'm not sure if this is a storyline that's going to pay off in like season 2, or if it's going to be something that sort of never happens, that he keeps trying and he keeps trying, but we never get to see it as the audience. So I'm already curious about that, because this is such a huge thing that they have presented. And I apologize profoundly, but I immediately think of Angel. My heart has to go there. I can't control it. It reminds me, I feel like this episode was really reminding me of just, I will remember you in general, not just with the oracles, but also talking about Angel being alive again and how that gives him the strength that he needs to pull through is a lot, because I just keep thinking that like for him, the happiness that he got from being alive was in being able to be loved by Buffy. And so that's just like very sad, and I really want him to be able to accomplish that. And I guess what's concerning me is that I'm not sure he ever will be able to accomplish that, or that we won't be a part of that. So I'm worried, but maybe this is a storyline that they're going to develop upon in season 2. Maybe he becomes human in season 2 and he finds out that like, oh, this is actually not it for me. I actually enjoy being a vampire, and he goes back to being a vampire. Listen, I'm not sure how easy it is to go like back and forth or something like that, but he has Oracle friends. Well, actually not anymore, they dead. But like I feel like he could find a way with like the powers that be or whatever if he wanted to be back to a vampire. So I don't know, but I think the storyline is really, really interesting, because I was seriously, genuinely concerned for Angel and the fact that he was not concerned about dying. I was like, sweetie, we are gonna get you to therapy, because that is sad. Like, the fact that he was just walking away, continuing his day normally, like, that is not great for him. And I want him to be able to find a purpose in his life that would make life worth sort of living for him. And I think that this was it. This was the motivation that he needed to keep doing what they're doing, to understand that like it's worth it to stick around living. But I think that this was a really nice payoff for what came in the end, where you actually get to see him smile, which in a way reminded me so much of Faith. because I feel like Faith's smile when she's in jail, and it seems like it, well, for Faith it even seems like a bad thing. I guess for Angel it just seems like he could go either way. Like I could see Angel being happy about being human, or I could see him like not wanting to be human, because even though he has always struggled with being a vampire, I see him in a similar way that I see Buffy. I think Buffy very much struggles in being a Slayer, but I don't think she would give it up. I think the second that she was offered to give up being a Slayer, she would always end up going back to it, because deep down, despite its troubles, she loves it. And I thought I saw Angel and vampirism in a similar way, of like he can have his struggles with it, but he knows that it's like sort of for the best, and it ends up becoming a big part of him. So it was interesting because seeing his genuine happiness at the thought of being a human showed me, you know, that he actually would be willing to give up that side of him, which is interesting. And I feel like this is a lot the theory though, so I think it would be interesting to test it in practice, because so many times you think that like, oh, I would be ready to do this or do that, and then when you're actually faced with it, the reality is that you're not. So I'm really curious to see how that storyline is going to pan out for Angel. I really hope we get to talk about that we get to see why Angel wants to be a human, like what kind of things does he want to experience, and like what is missing from his life as a vampire. You know, I really want to be able to talk more about that, because I feel like it can get into so many like different philosophical questions, even of just like what makes being a human being, what makes us alive, you know, like I feel like it can go into like some really interesting territory. I have to start talking about Darla, because oh my god, listen, how long did it take for her to come back? I actually want to do the math. I'm gonna do math, so please pray for me. Okay, it has been over 416 days that I have been waiting for Darla to come back. This was quite the wait, I'm not gonna lie. I think since I knew she was coming back, I was like, it's fine, she's gonna show up in like the next episode. Except she never did. It has been 416 days of waiting, of anxiously waiting for this moment right here, right now. And I have to say that I am hyped about it, because I have no idea where they could take her storyline, just because I never thought of her as like a huge important character of Angel. I always saw her as like a minor side character, but the way that they just set it up right now really makes it seem like she's going to be a prevalent part of season 2 and potentially the big bad, which would be so awesome. This is just so exciting. I like that we actually did a whole thing about it. I thought that she was just gonna show up one day and she was gonna be like, just kidding, bitches, I'm alive. The fact that we actually got to see her coming back from the dead was so interesting. And the fact that like they killed a bunch of people too. Like I like all the vampires like sort of died for her to rise. So that was interesting, because I think it also brings the question of, can they bring vampires back from the dead, or can they do that with every person? What kind of spell was this? Because I feel like that can go into a territory that becomes very interesting, because bringing back people from the dead works, and it works really well because you don't expect to see them and then they're back and you're like hyped about it. But at the same time, it can really backfire if they bring too many people back from the dead, and whenever people die, you're like, it's fine because you know they're gonna come back. So that's not gonna be fun. So I do hope that we get to talk a little bit, like have some explanations as to how they were able to perform that spell, and if, like, for example, would they ever be able to do that again? Because I think this really sets up the groundwork of like the laws of the world and stuff like that, if they can bring people back from the dead fairly easily, or if this was like a one-time thing that they cannot repeat under any circumstances. But in any which case, we have Darla back, and I'm excited. I feel like she was not the nicest character in Angel, right? She was teaming up with the Master, and now it seems like she's teaming up with Wolfram and Hart. And like, I feel like I shouldn't be rooting for her this hard, but I am. Another storyline that I think I got very curious about is Kate's. And for a second, I was like, oh my god, Team Kate as season 2 Big Bad. Like, let's go, Kate, let's go. And I don't think she would like become like a big bad, because like she is not like a bad person deep down. Everything that she's doing is so rational, like it all really makes sense. And it's hard because we know that Angel's a good person. We know that he was not involved in what happened to her father. Like, we know he's one of the good ones, but at the same time, I feel like I just empathize with Kate so much, because if this was happening to me, I think I would also have a hard time looking at Angel's face, and I can understand her needing to step back and like process all of this and not necessarily want to become best friends with Angel. But even though I understand that, that doesn't mean I want to see it, because I really feel like Kate was a really, really big missed potential in this season, because there were so many episodes that she could have fit in well and stuff like that. And there's so much that they could have developed with Angel's storyline that they didn't. I think I was so desperate to see where Kate, like to see so much of Kate in season 1, because I thought she was a season 1 specific character. And I think this episode showed me that she isn't, because the way that they ended their last scene together definitely feels like a setup for season 2. Like, it would be very weird if she had suddenly disappeared. So this makes me relieved though, because while I was sort of in a hurry of like, let's get out all the Kate storyline because she's gonna leave in the finale, I just know she's gonna leave. So now that she didn't, I feel like I'm a little bit calmer, because I'm like, it's fine, because now we can develop that relationship slowly. We can see Kate's storyline going through grief and all of that, because I feel like we could have been seeing a little bit more of Kate's point of view. Like, I feel like every time we see her, it's just her and Angel, and I feel like they could even diversify that. She did have some scenes with her dad, but I just mean that, like, I want to be able to see her interact with Cordy, for example. I want to see her alone. I want to see what she does in her free time. Does she have friends? Like, I feel like we can really explore a little bit more of Kate as more than a love interest too, because while I was convinced that they were a love interest, I'm not that convinced anymore. It never occurred to me that they would be creating a flirtatious relationship and never go through with it. But I think that's what they're going for. If they are to embrace her being Angel's enemy, that could be so interesting. It has the chance to go away from like the boring expected route of what we want to see with Kate and really go down like an unpredictable how far would she go route, and potentially blur the lines of good and evil when it comes to Kate's character. So I'm excited, and I really, really hope that we get to see a lot more of her in season 2. I think that like Angel, Darla, Kate, and Gunn's storylines are the ones that I'm most curious about for this new season, because Gunn is clearly coming into the gang. I loved that he was the person that Angel reached out to when he needed help. This was really fun, even though there was not much of a payoff. I assumed that we were going to see a little bit of Gunn in the hospital, a little bit of them interacting with the rest of the squad. Like, I understand that they didn't have time to do this. Maybe if it would have been a 2-parter, they would have had more time to develop that. I feel like this episode really could have worked as a 2-parter if they were to expand certain storylines, such as the Gunn, if they were to potentially expand some Kate storylines. Because while I did like the previous 2 episodes, I feel like they were very monster of the week. Maybe not the Lindsay one. I think the Lindsay one was very important, like for us understanding his character. We did get to see the D&D guy, and that threw me off a little, because that scene, other than comedy, what's the reasoning behind it? I don't know if he's going to become some sort of like Angel investigation stalker, or like, I don't know, but it feels like the fact that we saw him again when I had sort of forgotten him, it seems almost like a reminder, like they're trying to point me in a specific direction of like, this guy has something going on with him and you should figure it out. And I'm paying attention. Maybe he's gonna go down a big bad route just because he's bored and he wants to like feel something or do something. I don't know, because I don't think he is the season 2 big bad, because that seems to be falling on Darla / Wolfram and Heartslap. But I do think that he is a storyline that we're going to have to talk about in season 2, because if he came back, there's got to be a reason. There's got to be a reason, sir. I hope. So that's interesting, because it also explained why they did that whole storyline in 420. Because I was so confused as to why we were exploring that if we could have just stuck to Gunn. But if it is all a setup for something that's going to happen, then it all makes more sense. Back to Gunn, I enjoy that he was the person that Angel trusted the most in LA other than our squad. For some reason, I thought about Doyle. Doyle was in my mind a bit this episode, just because we were talking to the oracles and stuff like that. And I think I was thinking a little bit of like, oh, how could he help in this? And it's a little bit upsetting. I kind of miss Doyle, I'm not gonna lie. But it was fun to see that Angel has somebody else who he, for some reason, has created a bond with and wants to trust. I think it was a really small but good setup for him potentially joining us in season 2. So I'm excited to see how all of that is going to go. I feel like we have to talk about Lindsay. I have such conflicting feelings about Lindsay right now because I should hate him and I want to hate him, but I can't after the last episode, which is really interesting, and I think it shows how well they were able to develop his character and that storyline for that episode. And it's not just about his backstory, but to me, I feel like what really stuck with me the most is that I think he was willing to change. I think he wanted to change, and I think the only reason he didn't is because the squad didn't support him. No offense, I don't want to put this in Angel's lap. I think it was all about a lack of support and a lack of belief. And the guy in Wolfram and Hart gave him that. Gave him the belief of I believe in you so much that I know that you're going to come back. And I feel like that's what he needed. He needed the comfort of knowing that people believe him, that they want him. There's something so interesting about him. And the fact that I can't see him as a bad guy after everything we talked about and saw in the previous episode. So I'm excited for his storyline in season 2 because I think we're really going to get to know him, know where his boundaries are. Because I assumed that he was going to be working for Wolfram and Hart, but potentially trying to go against what they're saying, that he would be more of a middle ground that would potentially help us. But the fact that he went on with the spell shows that he is throwing his morals out of the window yet again. I thought that he had understood that there are some lines he simply cannot cross. And now it doesn't seem like those lines, it feels like he forgot those lines and he was like, But at the same time, he gave us Darla, so was he really bad? No, thank you. Thank you, Lindsay. He brought us Darla back. I feel like I shouldn't be blaming or complaining about that, so I will simply choose not to. And I want to talk a little bit about the oracles too in this episode. They were really interesting characters because they felt like a direct line for us to talk to the powers that be, because it always feels so one way with Cordy's visions that I like the fact that if we ever ran into problems, there was a way that we could sort of talk to them a little. So the oracles were really fun because they sort of gave you a comfort in that sense. And so now the fact that they're dead is a little bit concerning to me because it seems like even though Cordy's connection is back, it almost feels like they did sever the connections with the power that be, at least a really important connection. So I don't know if they're gonna bring in new oracles, even though it's sad because I feel like we were starting to get to know the oracles as characters, and it could have actually been so interesting to see more about those oracles. Who else do they talk to that's not Angel? Who else comes to talk to them? What do they do in their free time when they're not oracling? Do they just simply not exist? Do they only exist in the moments that they're brought to this? Do they have I don't know, because I didn't even think they could be killed because I didn't think their bodies were physical at all. I hope that their death doesn't mean that we're going to be completely stopping with the whole Oracle storyline, because I feel like there is some really interesting stuff that they can do with that. The fact that they would put not just Cordy, but Cordy and Wes in the hospital, not even in the same episode, but the exact same time of the same episode is harsh. That's just mean. I feel like it made Angel seem so powerless and like he was going through life all alone, and it was really stressful. But I think they did it in a good way. I feel like, again, if they had made this into a 2-parter, I feel like that could have become even more interesting, because I feel like they really could have, especially the West storyline, I think they could have made that something bigger. It just shows the extent to which they're trying to take the show, because I feel like the finales will give you, especially the season 1 finale, can really tell you a lot about where the show was trying to go, what they're trying to do with the finales, and I wasn't sure how similar or different it was going to be to Buffy's. I think that there are some aspects that they undoubtedly get from Buffy, the whole hospital thing and being alone and the prophecies. There is a lot of a Buffy vibe, but they really do an Angel twist to it. And it's interesting that it seems to have created what she called a new Cordy. I kind of hope that doesn't stick so much, because even though it is good to see Cordy being serious and stuff like that, I feel like her humor and her self-centeredness make her what she is. It does seem like she can't go back to the way that she was seeing things. I hope that it doesn't take away the specialness of her character, because I feel like she's such a peculiar and specific character, and I don't want them to lose that because she saw all the pain in the world. I don't want that to take away from her spark. it's so interesting because I feel like you don't really see Cordy as an empath, because in most cases I feel like she's not. She's thinking about herself. But I think that we are seeing, you know, especially in this episode, I think she was empathizing with Angel and with Wes and stuff like that. And so it's interesting that I think she is growing to become more empathetic as the show has been carrying along. And I like that the visions sort of bring that like really big step in, like, you know, take a mile in the other person's shoe kind of scenario of like really bringing the empath to Cordy by making her feel what other people are feeling. Not to mention Prophecy Girl for like the billionth time, but in a similar way that we talked about how dying impacted Buffy, I hope we get to talk about how living through other people's pains might have impacted Cordelia. Because that could be a really interesting storyline for season 2. And I want to see Darla. I'm still thinking about Darla. Like, if Wolfram and Hart brought her back, that means they must have some really serious plans for her. And it feels like they have to be directed towards Angel. I'm just trying to think, why would they want to bring her back? Because if it was like the world's most strongest vampire, that would make sense. But the fact that they actively picked Darla feels like it's a direct attack towards Angel. And I wonder what they actually plan on accomplishing with that. I'm sorry, I'm back on Darla. Because I can't believe that she's actually there. And lastly, I just wanted to bring emphasis to the fact that they called each other a family. That was adorable. I love them. And I'm excited to see the new setting because I definitely did not remember this one, so I wasn't sure if it was in the seasons that I watched or not. But the one that I do remember is like the hotel kind of setting, right? So I don't know if this is where we're going to go right now or if this is a setup that's going to appear. I don't know if it's a season 3 or 4 sets because I don't remember if there was anything before that one. So I am curious to see what setting they're going to be coming up to right now, because it seems like the thing has blown up and it seems like they're going to have to find a new place. And this feels like the good moments for a new beginning. You know, season 2, new beginnings, new settings, new characters. Hello, Gunn. Hello, Darla. I'm ready for you. So yeah, I guess we're gonna have to keep watching and see what happens in season 2. I very much appreciate all of you watching this with me. I will be doing a season 1 recap video where I'm gonna talk about my feelings and thoughts about season 1 as a whole, and I guess answering a couple questions here and there. So if you want to watch that, that is probably going to be up not next week, but maybe the week after, and then off to season 2 we go, and off to season 5 of Buffy, which I'm definitely not excited about. So as always, I truly appreciate each and every single one of you for watching this video. Thank you for sticking around for a whole season of Angel. We have done it. We have watched a whole season. It's awesome. It's a good feeling, and I'm excited to head into season 2, so I really appreciate you guys sticking here and watching with me, and I'll see you in season 2. Bye-bye.